because what the United States is doing is unheard of, despite what former Vice President Vance says.
Donald Trump is an international embarrassment. Now, I know, we all already knew that. But seriously, right now, he is not only completely tanking the credibility of the United States over his moronic tariffs and idiotic foreign policy, but he is also destroying relations with the EU over his whole Greenland fiasco, extremely over-obsessive thing going on right now, and he is tanking the reputation of FIFA over his silly FIFA Peace Prize award, all because he didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize, which, yeah, he didn't deserve. I mean, seriously, this guy is a complete joke. So today we are going to break it all down, not only Trump embarrassing FIFA, but also the United States on the world stage. We are going to look at Trump's deranged letter to Norway's prime minister, as well as some expert analysis and the fallout afterwards. So be sure to stick around until the end of the video to hear all about it. And do us a favor, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe, comment, and share this video all around. We'd really appreciate it. It's a great way to show your support. All right, let's jump in. Okay, so we are going to start with this Guardian article right here, which reads, "Growing sense of embarrassment at FIFA over Donald Trump Peace Prize. Mid-level and senior officials uncomfortable with award. FIFA says it still strongly supports the Peace Prize." Right, so Trump, about a month ago, won the FIFA Peace Prize, an award made up this year in an attempt to give Trump some kind of, award after he was not awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for ending 8 wars, or whatever he claims that he did, because Trump, in fact, did not end 8 wars and was not deserving of the prize in the first place. I know. Shocker. But FIFA, nonetheless, is still being a lapdog for Trump, decided to make this new award to give to the baby, his little participation trophy for just, I don't know, being a human, but whatever, right? According to some inside sources found in the article, there is a growing sense of embarrassment amongst mid-level and senior officials within FIFA over awarding its Peace Prize to Donald Trump. The U.S. president was handed the award at the World Cup draw-in in Washington, D.C. in December with the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, a very close and longtime friend of President Trump, so no surprise that his buddy was going to give him this fake award that they just made up. Right. Infantino then told Trump while giving him the award, "We want to see hope. We want to see unity. We want to see a future. That is what we want to see from a leader, and you definitely deserve the first FIFA Peace Prize." Okay, sure. Yeah, but I love how the article just lands this next part. It says, "Since then, the U.S. has launched airstrikes across Venezuela and captured the country's president, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, Celia Flores, and flown them to the U.S., where he was put in jail. Maduro appeared in court on the 5th of January, pleading not guilty to drugs, weapons, and narco-terrorism charges. Trump has also threatened to invade Greenland because he said he needs the territory very badly." Right. So he was awarded this honor, and then within a month, he is invading foreign countries, kidnapping their leaders, threatening NATO allies, implementing tariffs against longstanding friends, trying to take over territories. Yeah, no, this sounds like the peaceful dove president that I know we all know and love, right? But just you wait, because this article gets even better and more insane when it is revealed by a FIFA higher-up that, quote, "There was unease within FIFA at the time of Trump receiving the award, with the governing body not disclosing any details of the selection process." Oh, okay, cool. So practically this award is meaningless, right? Because there was no actual discussion amongst the organization about who should get it. It was all just within the higher-ups to be like, I mean, we're going to give it to Trump, right? I mean, he's gonna cry a lot if we don't give it to him. So, I mean. The article then continues saying, "Now, though, that has shifted to deep embarrassment," according to one senior FIFA source. "Multiple officials have expressed their unease about the way it was handled. A highly placed official who declined to go on record admitted that staging the World Cup in the U.S. is going to be, quote, very delicate and difficult in the months leading up to the tournament, as well as during the competition itself." Wow. I mean, yeah, right? Like, people are already canceling their FIFA World Cup tickets in mass. Tens of thousands of people are not traveling to the United States anymore because of the amount of unrest and discontent and worry and fear regarding having such a large and internationally recognized event in the United States right now, which is having, a moment, to say the least. Our immigration policy is extremely violent. ICE is practically Trump's personal Gestapo army. The U.S. is a global pariah state, and just cutting through all the noise, no one wants to come here right now. No one wants to travel here, and many now can't under President Donald Trump. This is kind of the worst time ever to be hosting such an internationally recognized event in the United States, and the US is hosting 2 of them under Trump's presidency, the FIFA World Cup this year, and then the Olympics are being held in LA in 2028. Yippee! Hopefully things will be better by then. FIFA's president Infantino is such a bootlicker and loves the attention, right? I mean, that is why he's made himself the face of the organization, shaking hands, meeting the world leaders, giving out bogus trophies. The article even says, it is understood that Infantino has been left to deal with the political matters, in quotes there, concerning Trump for the World Cup, as others fear it may tarnish their reputations. And then this is from the FIFA source. They say, involving myself in the politics surrounding this World Cup is something I stay far away from. My job concerns football on the pitch and nothing else, that the source says. Yeah, good. Good on whoever this may be, right? That's your job, right? You work for FIFA, the soccer football organization. You should be focusing on, I don't know, putting on the largest soccer tournament in the world that only happens every 4 years. Seems like a pretty big job. The article then continues saying, FIFA, however, has doubled down on its decision to give Trump the Peace Prize and said it did not comment on the hearsay, in quotes. Okay. A spokesperson said, FIFA strongly supports its annual Peace Prize, an award to recognize exceptional actions for peace and unity. FIFA notes the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize recipient has given her medal to Donald Trump. Right, so FIFA strongly supports its annual Peace Prize that they made up this year to make a childish man-baby autocrat feel better. Okay, I get it. I think it's important to recognize that FIFA is a sports organization, right? It is one of the, if not the largest and most influential in the world, no question. But what is it doing handing out these politically motivated awards? Like the source says, they are based on the football pitch and nothing else. Your soccer org and your big once in 4 years event is happening in a few months. Lock in and focus on soccer, not the man that your FIFA president is fondling right now. But FIFA isn't the only one feeling Trump's stupidity and humiliation. That has expanded to Norway, Greenland, France, Germany, the UK, Sweden, Finland, the Netherlands, and practically every EU and NATO nation at this point, as Trump is sinking the US reputation in a startlingly dumb note.
An extraordinary new development in President Trump's push to take over Greenland as European leaders meet to discuss an emergency response to his new tariff threat. The president sent a letter to Norway's prime minister. According to a diplomat who's seen the note, he wrote in part, quote, "Dear Jonas, considering your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace, although it will always be predominant, but can now think about what is good and proper for the United States of America."
It all comes back to the Nobel Prize. It all comes back to the Nobel Prize. What is wrong with him? He is so hyper-focused on this one award. Every decision Trump has made for the past 6 months has because he either wanted the Nobel Prize or didn't win it, and he's pissed off that he didn't win it. Is he really just that jealous of Barack Obama? He's invading Greenland because he didn't win an award. The whole FIFA award, invading Greenland, Gaza, Iran, Venezuela, it's all because he wanted a FIFA, not the FIFA award. Oh my God, that FIFA award's fake. The Nobel Prize. What is he doing? I mean, it's the most Donald Trump thing ever, and it's also the stupidest thing of all time. The note he sent to Norway's prime minister gets even crazier after that part, reading, Denmark cannot protect that land from Russia or China, and why do they have a right to ownership anyway? There are no written documents. It's only that a boat landed there hundreds of years ago. But we had boats landing there also. A country taking ownership of a piece of land that a boat landed on hundreds of years ago. You know, Donald, I have really bad news for you if you want to go down that train of thought. Because have you heard of the little year 1492 in which Columbus sailed the ocean blue? But we had boats landing there also. Okay, and we there's boats landing everywhere all the time. Do you know how many Chinese or European boats land in the U.S. every day? Okay, they must have a claim to the U.S. now. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Sorry, a boat landed there. It's ours. The letter then continues, I have done more for NATO than any other person since its founding. False. And now NATO should do something for the United States. Okay. The world is not secure unless we have complete and total control of Greenland. Thank you, President DJT. What has Trump ever done for NATO? What does he even mean by that? Like, he didn't win the Nobel Prize, so he throws a tantrum showing just how much he does not deserve the Nobel Peace Prize, and he is actively not pursuing peace right now. He even says it. He's invading Venezuela, killing his own citizens, and trying to forcefully take the land of a sovereign nation. And bringing up the Peace Prize in your official letter to a foreign leader, he has the brain of a toddler. Like, I cannot believe this, and neither can these experts. Take a look.
Prime Minister of Norway now saying, yeah, that's the letter I got from President Trump talking about the Nobel Peace Prize. It's a pretty remarkable development.
It's a remarkable tone that struck in that letter, dear journalists, that fit of pique almost at not having received the Nobel Peace Prize used as justification for all that we've seen over the course of the weekend. And that is, John, this extraordinary ratcheting up of this pressure on Europe to try and force them essentially to hand over or sell Greenland to the United States, which is an extraordinary turn of events that now tariffs should be being used at this particular moment to try and exert pressure on Europe.
Yeah, what the hell? Trump punishing Europe with tariffs for not caving to these insane demands, writing these letters all over an award. All over an award. Impeachment now, right? This guy is too far gone. Seriously, this is not okay anymore. And what's extra stupid about this whole thing is that the U.S. already has a 70-year-old agreement with Greenland to use its land for intelligence and military operations, as this expert duly notes. Take a look.
Yeah, it doesn't land very well. I mean, when you look at policies like this, or at least moving in this direction, the potential of embracing some type of a policy, I think many would say why it's being done makes sense. The United States needs to, should have a much more enhanced relationship with Greenland. Albeit we have one established in 1951, an agreement that allows the United States to have military access, and it kind of essentially, in my terms, provides cooperation between those two, one autonomous nation or autonomous entity to Denmark and the United States.
It's all just so embarrassing. Like, Trump, come on, dude. You are embarrassment to FIFA. You're an embarrassment to the EU. You're an embarrassment to your own country. Everything about you is so awful, and people recognize that. Like, no one wants Trump to take Greenland with force, right? Even Republicans. But in all honesty, Trump shouldn't be even thinking about taking Greenland in the first place. But pushing that aside, let's take a look at this shocking polling that shows that literally no one wants this to happen.
New CBS News polling shows most Americans are against the U.S. acquiring Greenland by force, and that's regardless of their political affiliation. Take a look at these numbers. 97% of Democrats and 90% of independents say they are opposed to using the U.S. military to take control of the island nation. And as you see there, 70% of Republicans are also against it.
You can't get 70 to 80% of Americans to agree on anything. And yet here we are in this moment where Trump is pushing policy that is despised by 70% of Republicans and 90% of independents. But that really does make me wonder about the 3% of Democrats that are like, yeah, it's fine, you can take Greenland with force. Like, what do you mean? Like, they must have the most insane politics of all time. I want to meet one of them. Seriously, if that's you, leave a comment. I'm so curious about your worldview. Like, just across the board, Trump is embarrassing himself and everyone around him, including all of us, right? America has this big, ugly smudge just right on it, and it keeps getting worse and worse. But the American people recognize that. Right? And I mean, just look at the polling, right? Trump and his policies are so deeply unpopular. He has lost the popular mandate. He is losing his base, and his time in the sun is really running out. But I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Really appreciate it. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, share all around, and comment your thoughts about this whole thing. Really appreciate it. But I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Goodbye.